Hey buddy, 54 New Star here, and we're here with another part to our third-person little shooter for all the platforms that you want to get into. This will practically work on them. So what we're going to be doing on this episode is part 1 of part 2 of a part 2 at little mini weapon setup. So basically we're going to be doing pistols, shotguns, whatever. Right now I only have 2 weapons because that's how I'm going to do it, is to where you're going to have a 2 weapon cache system, and you're either going to select your first weapon is whatever, or your second weapon is whatever, but you basically say, hey, when you get to a new weapon, put this in cache 1 or cache 2 or whatever. Also, we have now a ammo. Right now I only have 1 weapon set up. In part 2 we're going to have our second weapon, so we can actually switch from those and have ammo trackers for all the type of ammos that you are going to collect. Also, speaking of ammo, we're going to have some new assets. One's going to be like an outdoor ammo box. Basically this is, think of like 3 or 4 ammo boxes piled on top of each other with some ammo belts on the ground. And then the next ammo model is going to be something that a good friend of mine is making for inside. It's an ammo dispenser. You basically collect ammo from it. So it's going to pop up a little GUI or on-screen interface. And it's just say I want to buy, not buy because you're just collecting it, but in this case you're acquiring ammo for this and this and this and that. So you can only collect 2. You can only hold 2 type of weapons, but inside this game I think there's like 8 or 9 weapons. So basically what I have set up, if you see my other like Blender animations, is that we smoothed out all the animations. The file's going to be down below for you guys to download in case you want to play around this and improve your own third-person shooters with this engine, depending on how many of you are watching this and how many of you actually use this engine. We have a on-screen GUI. So it's basically a static image with a text support on it. So it's going to tell me how much ammo that I have. Again, we have 2 guns. We have a little bit better scene. We got some water. Ooh, sorry guys, I didn't sleep that well. And we have our character, and once we finish the second part to this, where we're actually going to have the second weapon and then be able to collect other weapons, we're going to include some enemies. So we're going to have some enemies, some test enemies, which is basically, think of a cardboard cutout of an enemy, and then we're actually going to have an enemy that walks around, tries to shoot you, kill you, and everything. Fun. Alright, so let's get straight to it. We have our character, we have our weapons. How did I set this up? Well, what you're going to need is a gun. So again, if you've played around with this series, you know where I'm getting my assets. It's going to be models resource. You're going to look up, and models resource, you're going to go to models. You're going to go for Call of Mini, so it's going to be under C, and it should be like the first one that you see, and there's going to be the guns. So there's a whole bunch of guns there. Since these are the humans or whatever, I'm going to be using their guns for them. And so we have the pistol, and then we have some sort of like machine gun with a flashlight. It's going to have a light onto it, so we can use it in dark areas. And then we have the actual dude. So I have a pistol actually attached to him. It's invisible until he actually shoots. So boom, it's visible now, so we can see it. So it's actually attached to his bone. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the character. I'm going to click right. We're going to modify selection. What we're going to be doing now is attach a node to an animated joint. So this says, okay, what do I want to attach this to? Well, I'm going to attach something to his hip, maybe a grenade. Boom, it creates a folder. That folder is what we actually drag stuff to, rotate it, and play around with it over there. And then at this point, we're going to mess around with the gun now. Is that this gun has a behavior. This behavior's on proximity to something. It's going to be a sphere test area, a distance of 20, near to what? Well, it's going to be a C node. The C node's called Halo Dude. And when it enters, so when Halo Dude enters this radius, it's going to set or change a variable. This variable is called player pistol ammo. We're going to add to that 16 rounds. Now, how did we get this variable? Well, we're going to go to new 3D scene 1, which is basically it's think of an invisible entity that keeps track of everything, like a spreadsheet. Literally, keep track of everything that's going on. That's kind of what this thing does. So before the first drawing of anything, before it even renders the scene at all, so in that split second to where it's like black screen or whatever, it's already done this. Okay, before rendering of drawing of anything, or in this case something, also on reload, we're going to set or change variable. So at this point, we're creating the variable that we just set to the gun. A set or change variable. Variable name is called Glock pistol. Is set equal to the value of 16. Before the first drawing of something, set the set or change variable ammo pistol. Now why set it to 0? Now why did I do this? Because this is kind of like a pickup pistol. It's not our actual ammo dispenser. So when you pick up a weapon on the ground that somebody else, like say that an ally character dropped, whenever they fire, that's going to track whatever they shot. So in case this was dropped by some character and he literally emptied out the clip, guess what? You're picking up a gun that has 0 ammo in it. Or maybe if it has 1 bullet or whatever. It's basically set up for that. Carbicue's still kind of new, so it's still kind of like edgy around that, but it's still very possible, and that's what we're going to be doing with this series too. So we're going to create allies. When they die, they drop a weapon, and that weapon's going to have whatever ammo. So it's either going to add to your stash, or if you have none, it's going to go from your stash is going to go from 0 to whatever they had. Okay, approximate something. Okay, when the key's first pressed. Okay, also when you shoot, you're going to need a 2D overlay. So literally what I did is I went to scene editing. We're going to go to 2D, create a 2D overlay item, and that's this thing right here. And I stretched it to increase, to basically cover the entire screen. So delete that. I have one already. I'm just going to make it visible. Attribute. Boom. There we go. That one's this one, and then this one is over here. Okay. So now what we're going to do is every time I click on this, it makes him do his shooting animation and makes his gun visible, and also deducts 1 if he has any bullets from the inventory. So it says, okay, if you do have bullets, we're going to deduct 1 because you just fired it. If you don't have that one, you can't, recollect it. We're going to deduct that from your variable, saying, okay, you have got 16 bullets in the chamber. You fired 1, you get 15 now. That's basically what we're saying. Okay, so every few seconds, we're going to go interval of milliseconds, 1500. If this is just based on your animation may be faster like a machine gun, so the interval of this, these every few seconds may be longer or shorter. It's just totally up to you. Action, it's going to do 2 actions. Shoot. Okay, so every 1500 basically that's 1.5 seconds. We're going to shoot. Also, we're going to change the variable of player pistol ammo, subtracted by 1, the value of 1. And also this 2D overlay every few seconds. Okay, so how do we create this text overlay? So basically, it says ammo. I don't know if you can see that, but in white it says ammo in funky font. Okay, so we're going to change the overlay to the overlay, so that's what this thing is called, to I'm going to just highlight it so you can see it, pause it, zoom in, whatever you need to do. I'll also post it down below and create some image, whatever text tutorial on my blog. So you'll see that down below in case you want a written version. Text, so it's going to be those little dot icons, money sign, player, pistol, ammo, money sign, dot icon. That basically says we are looking for this variable. We need to do something with this variable. So whatever happens to this variable, we need to mimic it in font. So when a key is pressed, left mouse button, if a variable, pistol ammo, player pistol ammo, is bigger than the value of 0, so that means we have more than just 0 rounds, we're going to do 2 actions. We're going to make visible the whatever screen that we're shooting on, and because that it is visible, we are going to also do the animation of pistol shoot. And then when it is released, we're going to hide the big gooey whatever, basically the trigger that we're clicking on to make it a shoot, and we're going to set the animation to idle. So basically this 2D overlay 2, whenever we click on it, it's going to make it visible, and then because it's visible, we're going to do some animations and everything. It's basically trigger effects. We're going to publish, hit play. It's going to take a little bit. Boom, now we're playing. And we're running. Collect 16 rounds. Boom, boom, boom. As you can see, we're going to go down in ammo. I'm going to disable fog so we can see it a little bit clearer. Also, you guys have any questions or anything like that, down below in the description is the best place to put them. Also, I have an email on my about part of YouTube, so you're going to go to the onto my main page, go to the about. You can shoot me any emails there. I do, as you know, I go in between semesters at college. I just finished one. I'm about to go into one, but I have about a month so when I'm just doing my day job and nothing else, mostly, and you can shoot me any emails there, and I can actually post custom CopperCube whatever files in case you need them. Or if you are on the CopperCube folder over there, I am actually creating a link with all these in them. You can post over there too. All we need to do now is make sure that the bullet's going in the right direction, and if we actually need a bullet, which with the I don't know if I'm going to be doing with the human weapons. I'll be doing a muzzle flash. Also, guys, we can pick up some more rounds. So, boom, there's 22. Now I just picked up 16 more. Okay guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. In the next part we're going to be finishing basically our weapon steps, so we'll be able to throw grenades, pretty much, shoot a whole bunch of weapons. So I'll actually have a whole bunch of weapons for you to see, probably a little bit better scene step up from this, and be able to actually shoot at a dummy enemy. Multiple and then multiple weapon pickups. So you can say, hey, do you want to pick up this? Click E, and then you can actually switch out weapons, and then each weapon's gonna actually store the ammo value in it. So we're gonna have a bunch of variables for us to check on, and then player health, so we can actually get shot at ourselves with a dummy enemy. That's gonna be pretty easy to kill, but we'll let them take a couple pot shots at us so we can have some health. Pick up some health, probably some sort of like plate on the ground with some beams coming up, so it'll actually like heal us or something like really simple. And then after that, we'll work on enemy AI, a really simple video game, and then we'll show you guys how to actually publish to like Newgrounds, basically HTML stuff, Android, or how to make your web or PC game compatible over to Android, and then how to make a really good PC game. Also, save function. So yes, we will be covering save function on this even if it kills me. So like, subscribe, comment down below on how I can make these videos better or what you want in them, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.